No losses, I don't do lipo. A few screws loose in the head, I'm a psycho. Promise you the bar, just as real as the bite though. Misunderstood, you could call me a typo. I shine hotter than the stars in the night though. Hate the who's, don't give me a title. Flipping an asset, so I don't worry the price though. Got scratched like mine, no, leave it to the tribal.
Boom, I'm like a bomb in a room. Blow up the spot, everybody gotta move. Life or death, everybody gotta choose. Life or death, not everybody gotta lose. I hear the talking, I just keep quiet. Learn to speak silent, don't yearn for violence. Popping like a man.
Be careful not to get too close, I might just go.
Welcome everyone to the largest online advertising event of the year. Welcome to AdWorld. You are joining 50,000 participants at this event, and we couldn't be more stoked, more happy to have you here with us. So clear your schedule, make yourself comfortable, and get ready for the content that you're gonna get over the next 3 days, because I truly believe this can change your career, this can change your business. Just today, we have absolutely amazing people here with us. Benton Crane, we got Goldie Chan, and so many amazing others. So please, get into the content and take as much from it as you can. But even if you're not watching the content live, make sure you do business by going over to the marketplace. Look up people in the directory and chat with old and new friends. And of course, you want to catch those freebies that we have prepared for you on the perks page. So without further ado, let's make this happen. Welcome again to this show. Let's get it started.
Freedom! So fresh, so new. Freedom!
So let's speak SEO and content. It's crazy, right? How much content you're supposed to generate to up-level your SEO game. Or actually, maybe you don't. Well, Aarohi has a different approach. It's all about repurposing and upgrading your content. This and a lot more is gonna be the content of her upcoming speech. I'm very much looking forward to upgrade my SEO game and how I deal with content. So, the stage is yours.
What's up, marketeers? Well, before I deep dive into my presentation today, I would like to share a bit about me. Well, my name is Aarohi Surya, and I happen to be a happy and ethical vegan and also a weightlifter as well. Well, my journey in digital marketing began in 2011 when I was trying to find ways to promote my new WordPress blog. And I began to educate myself on online marketing techniques and the social media marketing tactics. Currently, I lead marketing at HTC and I oversee 3 brand portfolios: smartphone, virtual reality, and the 5G routers across 2 verticals, that's B2B and B2C, over 7 countries in the Middle East and Africa region, where I'm responsible for the complete digital PR and channel marketing. Prior to my current role, I was also working as a digital marketing expert at a financial tech startup. So even though my role had the word digital marketing in it, it was not even close to what I was expected to do. Well, being a fintech startup, I got to wear multiple hats on the same day. So one day I was a telemarketer, and the next day I was delivering a webinar on the financial trading, and later that day I was curating accounting sheets for the company. Meanwhile, I was also learning and executing search engine optimization techniques, social techniques, and SEM campaigns. I literally created company's entire website from scratch using WordPress tools and the plugins, and then later optimized it for search engines. Now, that's when I knew SEO is my calling, and I made it a point to learn new concepts every single day, which I apply to my brand. And also I share it on channels like podcast, YouTube, or through my personal website, which is called Marketing with Aarohi. All the content that I share is from my own learnings and from different resources that I've got my hands on. People think that SEO is difficult and a real pain. I mean, that's a lie for sure, because there is a recipe for it, and in my presentation today, I'm going to share a part of that recipe with you. Now, one of the most common pieces of advice to increase website traffic that you find on the internet is to create great content consistently. Now, even I have said the same thing in all of my blogs and videos. It makes sense. High quality, relevant content is a key component in bringing people to your website, and the main reason why content marketing has been winning all these past years. But content creation has its own set of challenges, the biggest of which is finding the time. In fact, in a 2015 survey, lack of time beats strategy, distribution, budget, and others as the biggest challenges for marketers in producing content. Now, good news is that we have so many other ways of increasing website traffic than just churning out endless amounts of blog posts. So if you feel like you are stuck on the content creation treadmill, this presentation is for you. It's not all about content. The phrase content is king/queen is probably one of the most repeated sentences on the internet. We've all heard it before, and yes, creating high quality long form content is an excellent way to rank high in Google. There are also websites who completely defy this mantra and attract hundreds of thousands or even millions of visitors without following the so-called expert advice. Before I get into the exact tactics that can boost your rankings without backlink and without adding new content, I want to first briefly tell you something about SEO. Do you really think that search engines like Google care about on-page SEO and link building? Sure, I mean, it matters to some extent, but that's not Google's first priority. Google aims to show websites on top that people value the most. If they displayed websites that people disliked on the top, then people would eventually stop using Google, right? Makes sense. And if people stopped using Google, then there would be lesser people to click on their ads, which means Google would end up making lesser money in revenue, since the traffic would now go to search engines like Bing or Yandex or other search engines to find their answers. That's why Google cares about what people think, and they ideally want to rank the websites people find valuable. Now, let's dive into some tactics that will make people love your site, which will, boost your traffic and ranking. Also, quickly taking you through my brand's SEO overview. Here, I've used the tools Ubersuggest by Neil Patel to quickly take you through both of my brand's performances in terms of SEO. So, for HTC.com, which is our smartphone website, we have an amazing domain authority of 91 with a monthly traffic of around 1 million and almost 4 million backlinks. And at the same time, for our virtual reality product and solution website HTC Vive, we have a domain authority of 79 and we get a monthly traffic of around 750k with 2 million backlinks. Now let's deep dive into some tactics that will make people love your site, which will boost your traffic and ranking. So the first strategy I wanted to talk about is called content pruning or content audit. Now, in its simplest form, it's a way to get rid of underperforming, low quality pages with the goal to improve, the overall health of a website. As you know, search engine optimization is not a do it and forget it task. It doesn't matter if you're ranking well for your target keywords. There is always a competitor who's trying to steal your top spot. And at the same time, Google may also demote your rankings if your content is outdated. So you need to keep your content fresh and up to date to maintain your rankings. Now, to find the pages with decreasing traffic, you could look at your Google Analytics. Okay, so to find out why your rankings have dropped, look at the search results to see what the top ranking posts have that you don't have. Now, often ranking drops occur because certain parts of your content are outdated. For example, images or past event examples, statistics, broken links, or a previous year in the title. Now, bloating your website with low quality pages does more harm than good. Now, if you know that you have a low quality page on your website, then that's something I try to fix and find a solution to. You could do two things here. Either completely remove those pages if you really can't change them, or in the best case, finding a way to make them less low quality and actually making them useful, good pages on your site. Now, the second strategy is focusing and leveraging the online communities to grow your organic traffic. Now, relevant online communities are places where the target audience hangs out on the web. You can find these communities everywhere. You could leverage your current content based on the type of target audience group you are targeting. Now, these groups could be on Facebook, Reddit, Slack, LinkedIn, or even WhatsApp groups. You have to be very mindful though. Just don't focus on a few Facebook groups and start spamming the heck out of them. There is no quicker and better way to get banned, because there is a lot of effort required to be active in the group, build trust in the community, and provide value and cultivate your relation. And you have to cultivate the relationship with the group admin. Now, to give you a quick example, in HTC Vive, our PC-based virtual reality brand, which caters to a very niche audience of hardcore gamers, tech geeks, and the technology early adopters. So last year in the month of March, we decided to build and nurture a one-on-one relationship with the moderators of popular Facebook groups in the region in the field of gaming and technology. So as a result, we could post our existing value content on their forums, and we saw a great amount of relevant traffic coming to our website. To statistically put it, we saw an increase of 27% in terms of the traffic growth year on year. Now, the third key strategy is linking out to authority sites that will directly or indirectly improve your brand online. Linking to internal pages on your site will become effective when you start linking out to authority sites. When you start linking out to authority and relevant sites inside and outside of your industry, you'll naturally get the link. Now, people will gladly link back to your site, tweet the content, and even share the published URL on their email list. This content marketing strategy lets other do a lot of work for you to increase your organic search traffic. You need to make sure you do the right link building though to start with for this strategy to succeed. An internal link connects one page of your website to another page of your website. It's a pretty simple concept but generates an insane amount of result when done properly. You will see a great upliftment in your engagement, lower bounce rate, and more pages per session. It's a simple structure of site design and architecture, and the best thing is that the search engines expect it. So why does internal linking matter? Number one, internal linking improves the indexation of your website. Google's crawler will follow link path throughout the internet to find and index websites. Now, if your website has strong internal linking, the Google crawler has an easier time finding new content that you publish and link to. Number two, internal linking increases the overall strength of the site to internal pages. And number three, finally, it adds value to the user looking for answers on the web. Going back to Google's main aim, to let users get the right answers, and internal or outward linking both are equally important. SEO is about user value, not just technical tweaks and the tricks. So every time you write an article, link to at least 3 old articles. Well, the next strategy is answering relevant questions. For those of you who don't know what Quora is, it's a question and answer website where anyone can ask any question or anyone can answer them. That means you can respond to existing questions in your niche, establish your authority, and generate some traffic for your website. So Quora views are a vanity metric. The real question is, does it send traffic and sales to your website? Now the short answer is yes, it does. So we get a great amount of queries from our enterprise VR solutions from Quora every month. So how do you market on Quora? There are 2 parts to this equation. First is finding the right questions. Searching for good question is essential. That's because Quora is a user-generated site, which means that thousands, if not millions of people ask questions every single day. Now, another strategy you can use is the Quora ads hack. If you set up an ads account in Quora, you need to select questions targeting and then enter a relevant keyword. Quora will suggest questions to answer and show the number of weekly views. Second, answering questions well. There is no secret to writing good answers on Quora. I mean, good answers equals to good copywriting. So if you want somebody to read your answer, you have to be glued to its story and then click upvote or share. You have to craft compelling copy, provide value. Quora moderators will not hesitate to remove your response or even ban you if they think you are only there to siphon traffic to your site. They are happy for you to link elsewhere as long as you genuinely provide value. You need to include images, help capture attention as a user is scrolling through their Quora feed. Now you need to tell a story. Most Quora answers are dull and very matter of fact. Now telling stories help to engage the reader. Another great way to get your answer seen by many is to connect with the owners of spaces. Now Quora Spaces is the answer to Facebook groups. They allow Quorans to form communities and curate content. Okay, so in this presentation, I've only included tactics that are free or require limited resources. Of course, if you have budget and are willing to spend, don't forget that you can always buy paid traffic from platforms like Google, Facebook, Twitter, Quora. Now, search engine optimization can get really challenging, trust me. There are some deep dive techniques that require insane amounts of work, research and effort to pull it off. But other aspects of SEO like internal or outward linking are easy and are also effective. Please remember that it's not a quick win and it's not a gimmick that brings a ton of results quickly. But when executed over a long period of time, it brings a consistent growth rate and is the keystone strategy that's helping us get traffic, leads and customers for our brands. Alright, it was great to be a part of this amazing conference and I would love to be a part of this again. Thank you all for listening and hope you have a great day ahead.